You watched the videos, you bought the furniture, you moved it around 3 times, and the room still feels off, like a sad Airbnb. Here's the most important thing. If you don't know what you're doing, the furniture might be making it even worse. Your room can be more than just a room. It's a space that sends signals to your nervous system every day. Research shows that visually inconsistent spaces can spike your cortisol, your stress hormone, up to 27%. Your room can stress you out while you sleep in it. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the mistakes quietly killing your bedroom's vibe. Most of these mistakes cost under $20 to fix. The key is knowing why they happen in the first place. So let's start with the floor, because you might be stepping on one of the biggest mistakes in most bedrooms every morning. Mistake number 1, the tiny rug. There's a term designers use for this mistake. They call it postage stamp syndrome. You have a rug in the middle of the room, but it's the size of a welcome mat, and your furniture floats around it like it's trying not to touch it. Here's why it breaks the rule. The brain unconsciously uses rugs to define zones. If the rug is too small, the brain can't figure it out where the zone starts and ends. It reads the whole space as unfinished. Not like it needs to move something more, but like there's something fundamentally wrong with the room. The fix is simple, but it might feel wrong when you hear it. If your bedroom has a king or queen bed, you need at least an 8x10 rug, ideally a 9x12. The rug should extend 8 inches past both sides of the bed's leg. You should be stepping on it every day when you get up in the morning. I know it's big, it feels like too much, and it feels expensive, especially if you're using a premium rug. But once you try it, you will never go back. A cheaper way to achieve this is by using a larger jute rug at the bottom and layering your current rug on top. At least 2 legs of every piece of furniture should be on the rug, ideally all 4. Either the rug anchors the whole space or everything looks like it's floating and divided. There's no middle. Mistake number 2, the big light. Let's talk about another underestimated tool in any room: lighting. Not having the wrong light, but having only one light. You probably know the big ceiling light, the one that fills the room with flat, harsh brightness and makes everything look like a hospital waiting room at 2 a.m. Here's what's happening inside your brain. Light positioned above the eye level create a sense of formality and harshness. Flat lighting removes shadows, which flatten dimensions and make everything look 2D instead of 3D because it hides depth and texture. And the color of the light matters too. Most ceiling fixtures run at 5000 Kelvin, which is cool blue light, the same temperature as an office. It's the type of light used to wake us up and make us focus, be productive and alert, which is the opposite of what you want in a bedroom. The fix is 3 layers: ambient for general light, task lighting for specific things like reading, and accent light, the little lights that create movement and shadows. Things like floor lamps, bedside lamps, or warm LED strip behind the headboard. You want 2700 to 3000 Kelvin. for a bedroom. This is warm amber light that tells your brain it's evening and you can relax. Turn off the lights above your head and turn on the lights below the eye level. The rule: never use just one light in a room that you want to relax in. Switch everything to warmer bulbs. It takes around 10 minutes and costs about $12. Mistake number 3: the high water curtains. Your curtains are likely too short, like they shrunk in the wash. They stop several inches above the floor and everyone who walks in immediately sees it. But the deep problem is that short curtains visually cut your room in half. The eye follows down the curtain, hits the gap, then drops to the floor, and that tells the brain that the ceiling is too low and the room feels small. What you want is high, wide curtains. Mount the rod 4 to 6 inches above the window frame or just below the crown molding if you have it. Then extend the rod 8 to 12 inches past the window on each side. I know it sounds like a lot, but here's what happens. When curtains are hung near the ceiling, the eye travels all the way from the ceiling to the floor without interruption. And your brain interprets this as a tall room, a grand space, and it feels expensive. So skip the standard 84-inch curtains and get 96 or 108-inch panels. The curtains should kiss the floor or have a 1-inch break, not a 6-inch gap. The rule: hang high, go wide, touch the floor. This is not optional. Mistake number 4: the matching set trap. You walk into a furniture store and you see a full bedroom set, all matching, like it's an easy, safe decision. And now your room looks like a furniture catalog from 2009. This is what designers call the college dorm effect. Everything matches perfectly and the room has zero personality, no history, no weight, like someone staged it to be sold. Your brain craves variety, not chaos, but variation. Mixes of materials and styles. It signals that the space was built over time, that it has layers, a history, and maybe even some bold design choices. The solution isn't to throw away everything, just to add 1 or 2 story pieces, maybe thrift a side table, a vintage lamp, a vase that looks like it came from your grandmother's home. One item that breaks the uniformity can completely change the feel. Sometimes the weirdest thrift store finds can make a room great. They're slightly out of place, but intentional. It's about putting your personality in the room. Mistake number 5 is the builder basic hardware. This one is sneaky and is the highest ROI fix of this entire video. Look at your cabinet handles, drawer pulls, doorknobs. Are they generic silver, thin, lightweight, like you can almost see through them? That's the builder basic hardware. Contractors choose them for one reason. They are the cheapest option that still functions as a handle. But they make everything around feel cheap. Even expensive cabinets look low rent with the wrong hardware. Here's the science. The brain processes quality through touch. Every time you open a drawer or cabinet, you get tactile signal. Heavy, solid hardware says that this was chosen, this was intentional. Low, hollow hardware feels like a placeholder. So So replace them with solid brass, matte black, or brushed nickel. It doesn't matter. They just need to feel heavy, and you can do this for under $30. Hardware is the jewelry of a room, so don't make it wear fake jewelry. Mistake number 6: furniture that fights itself. This is the scale problem, and scale is invisible until it's wrong. Professional designers use the golden ratio to guide this. The sofa should take roughly 2/3 of the wall. The coffee table should be 2/3 the length of the sofa, and the artwork should cover about 60% of the wall above the furniture below it. 2/3, 60%, that's it, that's the system. Your brain is hardwired to find this ratio beautiful. It shows up in nature, architecture, and music. When a room violates it, the furniture too small, the art too tiny, the brain senses that something is wrong without knowing why, like a slightly off key note that you can't stop hearing. Mistake number 7: the gray trap. You went neutral, smart, safe, you painted everything gray or beige, and now it feels like nothing. Calm to the point of clinical. You're living inside a cloud. Here's what happens. A neutral palette without texture is just monochrome, and monochrome rooms read as sterile. The fix is layering, not more color but more texture. Mix warm neutrals, sand, ivory, camel. Add a knit blanket, a linen pillow, a wooden tray, a clay base. Different textures catch light differently. They give the eye something to do. The room starts to feel alive without adding a single drop of color. The 60-30-10 rule is your tool here. 60% of the room, your dominant neutral, 30% a supporting tone, slightly warmer or colder, and 10% in accent, one color that pops, deliberately placed. Mistake number 8: too much stuff. This is a hard one because it feels like decorating. You fill every wall, every surface, every shelf with candles and lamps, frames, little objects everywhere, and the room still feels off. Actually, it feels worse than when it was empty. That's because negative space, empty space, is a design element. It's not nothing. It's breathing room. It's the pause in the sentence that makes the words mean something. Cluttered rooms spike cortisol. Your brain sees unresolved chaos and activates stress systems. The room isn't cozy. It's stimulating in the wrong way. The 70-30 rule: 70% of your visible surface should be intentional. 30% should be empty. Pull things off the shelf. Leave gaps. A single object on a cleared surface looks 3 times more expensive than 6 objects crowded together. The empty wall isn't a mistake waiting to be fixed. It's the room exhaling. Mistake number 9: wall art crimes. 2 mistakes, both extremely common, both make people look away. First, art that is too small, one tiny frame floating in the middle of a big wall. It looks lost. The art should cover 60% of the wall space above the furniture beneath it. When in doubt, go bigger or group pieces. Crime number 2: art hung too high. Most people hang their art at their tallest reach. Designers hang it at an eye level. 57 to 60 inches from the floor to the center of the piece. Measure it. Hanging or too high strains the neck and disconnects it from the room. And the live, love, laugh thing, no judgments. But that typography print from the 2012 isn't doing you any favors. Replace it with a black and white photo, a vintage find, anything with a history, or it should feel like it belongs to you, not like it was auto-populated by a home decor algorithm. 57 inches, center of the piece every time. Mistake number 10, the TV too high. You mounted the TV above the fireplace or near the ceiling because it seemed the right move. It's out of the way, it's cinematic. And you've been craning your neck every time you watch it for 2 years. The ideal TV height puts the center of the screen at 42 to 48 inches from the floor, roughly eye level when you're sitting. When the TV is higher than that, you're forcing your neck into a sustained upward tilt. That's an environmental stressor. Your body is tense, your room is making you tense while you're trying to relax. Aesthetically, a TV that is too high severs the visual connection to the room. It looks like it's hovering, disconnected. A TV at the right height integrates into the space and it feels considered. If you look up to watch TV, that's too high, full stop. So here's the thing. Your room isn't cheap because you didn't spend enough money. It's giving you off cheap signals because it's running on the wrong inputs into your nervous system. Undersized rugs that make the space feel unfinished, harsh lighting that keeps your cortisol levels elevated, curtains that visually cut the room in half, and hardware that signals I didn't choose this. These are system errors, and system errors have technical fixes. You don't need to redo the room, but you need to recalibrate it. Start with the rug and the light. Those two changes alone will transform how the space feels to you and to everyone who walks in. Until the next time, thank you so much for watching and bye.